clean this room today, okay? Yeah, so get up and get ready, okay? You hear me? Wake My name is Jowelle. I'm 21. I write for an online publication called The Oregon Optimist. It's like a news site where the focus is reporting on good news that's going on in the world and like just the positive things that human beings are doing. So I am looking at an article about a man in Los Angeles who helps care for basically terminally ill children who are in the foster care system and have no other place to go because no one else would take care of them. I was actually contacted by the organization. They were looking for new writers, and I started out as a volunteer writer. I'm working on the calendar for the next week and making sure that like I have topic ideas to go off of. So as the editor, basically I manage the whole thing. So I create the calendar, I contact the writers, make sure that they're writing on time, and I like manage the web page, and I just edit the articles that I get from other writers and just make sure it looks good and ready to be read by people. Yeah, and this is my little author bio on the site. It says, Jowelle is a college student interested in sociology, political science, and Spanish. Aside from academics, Jowelle enjoys blogging, reading, music, and spending time with family, and she is happiest when working with working with others to improve the community. I can remember the first article I wrote was about, I think he was like a ex-con, and he had ended up in prison because of selling drugs and like really lived a hard life in the streets. And then he got out and he actually ended up going at an Ivy League university, and now like he's helping other people who have been in that situation. I like the idea of like, even though someone has gone through a hard life and maybe they've done things that have hurt others, like they can still change. When I was taking my qualitative research methods class, we had to choose a topic. My younger sisters were going to this program here, the junior youth group. I thought, okay, this is an interesting program and I want to like learn more about it. So I contacted my neighbors. I started going to Baha'i devotionals, and I met people to interview and just did like a report on the community programs that the religion has, because when you look at the news, you always hear like bad things. And I know like there's a lot of bad things going on in the world and we need to talk about the problems. But then like sometimes it can make people feel like there's no other possibility of like what we can do to actually make the world a better place. I grew up Christian. I didn't really start thinking about religion or spirituality more like in depth until I was like 17 years old. I feel like it helps me in my life because I like the comfort that it brings in like learning about myself and like the world and people and human beings in general. So I wrote this paper and it was really fun. I spent a semester working on it. They're going to find someone to work on it when I'm gone. I actually met with the person a few days ago and just gave them an introduction to like how to do the writing, managing the calendar. So I'm studying abroad in Santiago, Chile in 2 weeks. I'm going for a language immersion program. I've been studying Spanish since I was in 9th grade. When I was a little kid, I read this book and it had like some connections to Chile. So I was just like, oh, Chile, like it's from that book that I read when I was a little kid. So that's what really inspired me to go to Chile. While I'm there, I'll be taking classes at a university. Everything's gonna be taught in Spanish. Look, everything I've packed so far. Yes, I'm very nervous because I'm like having to speak the language. I think that's the part that's more scary to me. I don't know how long that's gonna last me. I just basically have to pack and like mentally prepare myself, pray a lot just for like the courage. I'm planning on watching this before I leave.
Ooh, what's that about?
It's called Los Niños del Cielo, and from what I see, it's about, it starts off as a story of these kids who are told to go and like get these shoes cleaned and fixed. One of my goals right now is to actually speak Spanish because I'm going with students from the US. So it's like I could hang out with them and speak English, or I can really go out and try to actually learn the language and connect with people there. All right, I'm in the car, headed to the airport, leaving for Chile today. I'm here with my family. My mom's driving. Say hi, Mom. Hi. My siblings are in the back. Say hi, guys. I'm at the Pontificia Universidad Católica de Chile, where I'm taking 4 classes. I'm taking a Spanish language class, anthropology class on African American cosmologies, and I'm also taking an urban sociology class, as well as a class on Latin American cinema. So far, I'm enjoying my classes. It's been an experience where I've had to learn about like how to navigate a new university system, especially in a different language and in a different country. One of the challenges that I've had so far is just learning in Spanish and having all my reading and lectures in Spanish, and just learning how to understand content that's in a different language. And I also have been like kind of lost on campus as well. It's a huge school, so I'm not used to such a big campus with a lot of people. My classmates and anyone that I really run into on campus are very nice, and they're willing to help me whenever I need anything, so that's great. So far, I've had one presentation where I had to like get up in front of the class and talk and present a reading in Spanish, and I was just like super nervous for it, but it went better than I thought. And I think I'm just learning about how to use my skills to my best ability, and I'm hoping that as the semester goes on, I'll be able to feel more comfortable in the classroom, and that my speaking and writing skills will improve.